Matthew 6:3. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. The big idea here in this verse is the heart of giving. It really is that generosity does not seek any spotlight. Just to give this verse a little bit of context, Jesus was warning the people against public displays of generosity. He was saying, don't sound the trumpet so that your name would be known. He was confronting performative giving. We're really looking at the motive. We need to give in such a way that we're not applauding ourselves or looking for that internal validation, but what we're really doing is guarding our heart from self-promotion. Don't turn generosity into a personal highlight reel. Let's make it about the true thing, about giving in love. So when you give, pause and examine your heart. How important is that thank you? How important is it that people know that you gave? And do you still want control after the gift leaves your hand? Another question to ask is, would you still give if no one ever found out? If recognition is the goal of gift giving, then recognition is your reward. But Jesus points us towards a deeper reward. It's the intimacy with the Father. God sees what others don't, and that right there is the real reward where our hearts are transformed. The heart shift is about becoming the kind of person who gives because we love, not because we want to be seen. So as you go through your day and you find yourself in moments of generosity, pause and ask yourself, why am I giving? And who am I doing this for? Would I still give if only God knew? Let these questions gently guide your heart back to what matters, and giving not to be noticed, but to draw closer to God.
When you give generously to those in need, don't signal it with a trumpet, as the hypocrites do in the town squares or streets. They do that to be honored by people. And I tell you the truth, they have fully received their reward.
So, in Jesus' culture, public displays of generosity were a way to celebrate God's generous love. But they could also become a way to promote yourself.
So Jesus offers an alternative. When you give generously to those in need, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving is done privately. And your Father who sees what is done in private, he will fully reward you.
So, one foolproof way to make sure your generosity is really done out of love is to do it in ways other people can't see.
But didn't Jesus also teach to let your light and good deeds shine as an example for others?
Well, yes. When you consider all of Jesus' teachings on generosity, we see he regularly called his followers to give generously because it displays the heartbeat of God's love. But be careful and self-critical, he says. If there's even a hint of inner hypocrisy, it's probably wise to do your giving in private.
It would be easier if Jesus just gave one clear rule.
Maybe, but what he's given us is wisdom, and that forces us to cultivate a closer relationship with God, trusting that he'll show us when to give in private or more publicly.